On the morning of February 27, 2026, a retired Air Force general walked out of his home in Albuquerque and vanished into the desert. Before leaving, he placed his cell phone on the kitchen counter. Next to it, he left his prescription glasses. He also removed his smartwatch and left that behind. He did make a conscious decision to pack specific gear. He took a backpack, his wallet, and a .38 caliber revolver secured in a leather holster. When law enforcement reviews an inventory like that, it immediately rules out a medical incident causing someone to wander off in confusion. Leaving behind digital tracking devices while packing a firearm indicates a deliberate, tactical departure. The man initiating this departure was Major General William Neal McCasland. He holds a Ph.D. from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and during his 34 years in the military, he served as the chief engineer on the Department of Defense's Global Positioning System. His final assignment at the Pentagon was Director of Special Programs. By definition, that role requires managing highly classified military assets the public is entirely unaware of. The response to his disappearance reflected his rank. Local sheriffs and the FBI launched a massive ground search into the rugged Sandia Mountains near his home, coordinating directly with the nearby Kirtland Air Force Base. Searchers deployed helicopters equipped with infrared cameras to sweep the canyons at night, looking for his body heat. They hit a technical wall. An unseasonably warm spring had heated the rocks. Local sheriffs reported the mountain was lit up like a candle, making a human thermal signature blend right into the background. A man who literally helped build the technology that tracks the globe had engineered his own disappearance and defeated the exact surveillance tools designed to find him. Between 2011 and 2013, McCasland held his most significant command. He managed a $2.2 billion science and technology budget as the commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. In military aviation circles, Wright-Patterson is a highly respected research hub. In UFO investigation circles, it is the center of gravity. For decades, military whistleblowers and researchers have pointed to the base as the final destination for the metallic debris recovered from a ranch in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. The United States government officially denies ever possessing extraterrestrial technology. The Air Force does confirm, however, that Wright-Patterson is home to the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, the facility tasked with analyzing foreign aerospace systems and emerging aerial threats. Running the Air Force Research Laboratory at that specific base required McCasland to have daily knowledge of the military's most heavily guarded, black-budget aviation research. The man missing in the desert was the primary gatekeeper to the facility most synonymous with American UFO secrets. In October 2015, a public paper trail connected McCasland directly to those secrets. The emails came from Tom DeLonge, the guitarist for Blink-182, who had stepped away from music to pursue full-time research into unidentified aerial phenomena. DeLonge was emailing John Podesta. At the time, Podesta was a former White House chief of staff, acting as the campaign chairman for Hillary Clinton. In a January 2016 email released via WikiLeaks, DeLonge writes, "When Roswell crashed, they shipped it to the laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. General McCasland was in charge of that exact laboratory up to a couple years ago." DeLonge adds that McCasland helped assemble his advisory team, calling him a very important man. Following McCasland's disappearance, his wife Susan addressed these emails. She confirmed her husband had highly classified access and had acted as a consultant for DeLonge. She also noted he had retired 13 years prior, stating it was unlikely anyone would take him to extract dated secrets. The veracity of the emails is not in question. Government records irreversibly tie McCasland's name to the precise laboratory at the center of the military's UAP intelligence apparatus. On February 19, 2026, the President directed federal agencies to declassify records tied to unidentified aerial phenomena. Exactly 8 days later, General McCasland walked out of his home and vanished. 70 days after the disappearance, the government launched the Pursue portal. The first data drop released 162 unresolved intelligence documents to the public. By the second release, multiple intelligence agencies were providing records. The files included footage of multi-object formations over Iran, craft exhibiting instant acceleration over Syria, and an incident involving a U.S. Air Force F-16 shooting down an unidentified object. This sequence of dates has divided observers. Representative Tim Burchett has publicly linked McCasland to a string of other missing or dead aerospace scientists, pointing to a sinister pattern. Veteran UAP journalists like Ross Coulthart caution against leaping to conspiratorial conclusions without physical proof. Congress continues to debate the implications of the unsealed intelligence. The internet continues to search for patterns. But at the center of the timeline, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office is still running an active missing persons investigation for a husband who walked into the desert and never came back.